tugashahe mwene chweka zo mwabazyo kandi tunga repeat tuburwa kashatu shayi kwimizo mwabazyo o twire notambura nitwe omukwezo kwa kashatu kono tutira amabega twire ntwereke birungi ebiryo mu chweka cyatoro omusite yebyo burambuzi eitwena turi kumanya katuwalizo musite kandi hati tukarugiremo mwene nyenda ngwizobere nkwakire kandi nkurambuze ebyo takumanya ebiru kwata ahamabereganye na mwiru amabereganye na mwiru ni kimwe habyo burambuzi ekiryo mu region neje yatoro haje kikubaretere ntasi kandi cyabinje bakubene benda ngo batayayire mbwene twabikuretera ahari wo murebe wito murungi orya hatayari west omutebekana kandi omwanjuzi nabanyita Cosbert program ne Ihunde.
So now ahanu tutunga emisisa nyingi beto tutunga emisisa abantu abakuru nibatekereza ngo ni isaza nagonza koraki kwija betu na miyonga ngo akamblokingirayo abokuba akabaswire umuharawe atamuweka gwizeho abokuba bale basarainenga naki omukago. So na isazo byamazire kubura akabasigire gatekeeper wo bayitaga Bukuku. So Bukuku waited for his boss yalinda boss was nowhere to be seen. So yakozire yarangira nko mukama yagenda mu kikali yarangira nkaki nko mukama beto yarangirira nko mukama still akabata semeriru ubundi nobundi yahurago musisa neiruka naruga hakikale nagenda gate natekereza ngwise yakoraki natekereza ngo mukama we yagaruka. So now akagonza kumanya bojo isaza aligaruka rundi taligaruka hati yagenda kweka guzaho aba fortune tellers abafumu beira. So byagenzera kweka guzaho bamugambira ngo no isaza taligaruka baito mwijukuru nuwalikoraki nuwalikuita. So nibagamba Bukuku akabino muhara wo muwenko bayitaganye na mwiru kandi bagamba nyina mwiru akabasemira muna abasaiza bona bamugonzaga muno bayijaga nyamusana ne kiro nibagonza kumuswera baitu Bukuku habo kuba biri bali bamugambira ngo omwijukuru is the grandson. So he never wanted his daughter to get married. Hati cyakozira amazira kurara abasaiza nibayija bulikiro kumugonza yakora ku what we call to deform her nuko kumusaraho amabere abandi da historia na viti ngwino ya muhamuneriso ya musaraho nokutu beto okutu neriso tibikuzoka beto amabere nugwaga ugabara kugamba agabasazero nyina mwiru akabataru kugonza zalo mwijukuru. So yakozire yatekereza ngweki kikozereki kikozire
kigenderwa cyeje ngo batakagera bamutasi abamushwera
exactly nikiyeki hati beto still abasiza bakagumana bakoreki nibaija nibagonza kumusuya hati yakozire ngo akamombekere kikali yamuteka mundoko natekereza ngo buzubu kozereki abumazire but he never knew ngo mukikali cyomu akabaru omwiru kandi ogwo omwiru nibagamba akabali simbwa hati simbwa nuwoli omwana weisaza na nyamata. So byale nakura bamugambire byafayo ngo tukaba twine kikali oku tukaba twine ente. So hati omwana ogwo yakuzire huwe akaija bukuba remember he was of different blood akaba in the underground blood nenu the earthly blood hatu umuhanda akagutunga yiza beto byizire Bukuku had a powerful kingdom ekiyakozere now bamu kozesa as a servant as any other servant, but for him he had a hidden what agenda. He had come to what to discover the palace of his father. Hati ekiyabairo nibagambi simbwa akabasemire muno ngito kuntu tugamba asemire muno. So hati bagenda bamugambira ngo aliyo omugenye izire bagambiro nyina mwiru ngo aliyo mugenye izire asemire murungi nenyindo nungi hati yaragira bakore bwangu amadara omugenye agenda koleki amurole. So isimbwa yagiyayo so byamazire ya mezi ya 3 yatwalenda yamutwekenda. So hati amakuru gale nigakura yenda niyekura amakuru gahikaho Bukuku that do you know your daughter is in bad state. Said what happened? Your daughter is pregnant. Said who went in? Then the guy had already left the what? The palace. Hati obwire bwahika Bukuku yatina muno yagenda kweka guzaho. Yagenza kweka guzaho bakamugambira ibintu bisatu. Bamugambo muhara wao otalimuita. Abagambo bali twalenda. Obwalizaro omwana mwisiki tulimuleka akole mu kikali. Obwalizaro omwozo tulikoraki tulimuita. So Bukuku yalinda nyina mwiru kujja kuzara akazara omwana barukweta omwojo bamuruka ndahura ngo bakaba bakora huiraho here murdungu bagamba they had prophesied something about you that you the one who will succeed. So ate ogundahura after 4 days yaragira bagenda bakoleki bamuite yaragira abayiru beto abayiru abayaragire batamwite bakagamba bakamunaga hano nambere bali munda so bamunagiraho bagenda batekereza ngo umwana niza kufa beto batamanya ngo mukibera muno mukibera kintu kione cyamabera akabaru umuntu ezire ku Sierra Inoni manya numulimanya the clay had come to extract clay soil sati yogu yahura umwana natura yeje yakoraki yamutwara bamwetaga rubumbi so beto byagumaganiza kuno mabere yaroraga amabere ngarugwa mu amata ganu gani gatonya gali amata gatwanturora so yaguma namuleta nayonka cyakora hati tomorrow umwana yakoraki yakura beto byale nakura bakagumana bamugambire byafayo byisenkuru ngo kwisenkuru bukuku atamugondeze ngo kuyagondeze kumwita so mwana ogwa akakora nahura stories zona zimtalibaniza but one time yagamba nagonza kugenda kumurora ubu amazire kukura muno mmoja ali so energetic so it wasn't easy to attack a king kyakozere omukama akabina security as you know they were the presidents of those days so what he did now yagenda yarwana n'abayiru bomukama bali sagenteze ngogo mukama akabina entebe agitaga bihogo the darling cow gura so yaguma nagitanga kunywa amezi kugenda kuesera umwana amezi nagadisorganizinga ente nagitera yaguma natalibaniza muna nagibuzo busingi hati bagenda bamugambira omukama ngo ali omwana kuli mandahura omwakuru wa mwabukuku ente yawagire mesezo busingi hati umusaiza yakoraki yeza kugirora omukama bukuku yeza kurora no hakutalibaniza ente yabo so yizire yarora omwana ngo kwari kumusana we call it the resemblance of the family or the smelling blood came into him so he never wanted to kill tiyagoza kumwita akarora omwana nazoka kurungi namusana mwana wobukama tugamba mwana kuno tugamba mwana yali mubito asemire muno wakabati yali aho omwana akabaino omwigo nkogo akagorora bihogo nagitera omwigo mukama akabasana mukwasire nkaha muliso abakuba akabagiente nagigonza muno yabakuri icumu yagonza kwita omwana ogwo beti icumu lya mutoisa lya terente bihogo lyate bihogo yafati omwana yakoraki yale bakuri icumu nawe yali garuri senkuru bukuku so akamutereri ngo akagwebigwa bibiri eryakasatu yakoraki yafati omwana ogwo akayiruka yarangira no mukama makuru gahikaho nyina mwiru do you know what your father has been killed who killed my son who killed my father your own son hati ya tsorufumo kibi kirungi ndahura na itabukuku cyariki kibi it was kibi on her side it is nyina mwiru who commented on the news that it was kibi she had lost the father and it was kirungi her own son would be declared himself as a what as a king so in brief abantu batamanye ngundahuro bamunagira kuno mabere ngo umuntu oli akaiza yamunagaye yiza yamuihayo so up to now mbatekereza ever since bamunagireyo huwe wenka akaguma na yonka bino it's true akaonka mabere but with the help of the potter so from there the mabere ganyina mwiru came into existence abantu beija kurora mabere ndahora nambiri yakozereki nambiri ya surviving
nutumanyangu culturally nko watebeza story nuko byabiri konka geographically echo kikabaho
hatu guno omwanya nibagamba nibagweta Nyakasura limestone karst area so Nyakasura limestone karst area so where there is limestone rocks that's where chemical weathering can take place or carbonation so these rocks which you are seeing they are porous rocks those are the rocks that allow water to go through. So within these limestone rocks, there is another weak acid which is called calcium carbonate. So now, there is sense in it that when rain passes through the atmosphere, it collects carbon dioxide. So after collecting carbon dioxide, that water becomes carbonic acid. So now as it falls on the top of these rocks, that water penetrates. So in so doing, it finds a weak acid which is called calcium carbonate. So the two now will dissolve. Are you seeing? It is chemistry. So after dissolving, they'll end up forming what we call calcium bicarbonate, the one we call amata. It is in milk form. When you look at it, it looks like what? Like milk. So that milky substance has got some crystals. So when those crystals are deposited on the floor, leaving carbon dioxide behind, so those crystals begins to form a feature called stalagmites. Clear? So some little one remains hanging as it forms a feature called stalactites. So the process continues. Everything come is nizo tweta stalactites now. So the process continues so long as there is constant waters like the ones we've seen the other side. So the process continues. Some are deposited, some remain. So it keeps on what? Eroding. So eventually the upper and the lower will form a pillar, a column like the ones you are seeing down there. After forming a pillar, then that pillar, as the process continues, it keeps on enlarging as you've seen the other side. So that process is termed as chemical weathering. So these features existed here due to limestone rocks and the constant waters supplied by the glaciation from Rwenzori mountain.
Obwe turi kugumizamo no kwetegereza ebirikushangwa hano yo mwanya ogw'amabiraganye na mwiru. Tukabe twenda kwetegereza because watujangwaga n'amabiraganye na mwiru. Konka waza kureba harumwa agandi agaryo mu kishane cy'amabere konka go gabaho maringwa. So hataganda ugo nagachi.
Agandi nibagamba guno mko umhako gwante yabo bihogo manyire bihogo wa the darling cow bakabandi bagigonza munonga so bakagonzika ari mbyafayo ugumhako ne musezi ugumhako gwa bihogo then bihogo ekaberi nkoko bali agigonza muno ekabina nembo ekugirinda noreba buri gembo a female dog is so aggressive so niye kabekora ki erinda bihogo ikarege monitoring aho nayo kugenda
so amaringwa nagembwa ache chango munonga no muhako gwa bihogo ente yabo then aga kuko ngariyo nareba nguri ryabaho sayizo mu ryabahora hango musayizi ibene ryanye na mwiru konko muntu katugire ngo tija tindi kumanya mwabana umukero z'abandi abantu batine batuwa guides kugira ngo nabasoko nyaka kunuya ayerambuze nabasoko hano yagaho twikiriza hata hano buri muntu weno warukwijja ntujja ntumuguiding na stay kwa kutunga guide habo kuba abantu nibayiza bayingi muno kandi kuno norora natini sayo okuba uri wenka toso kwijja ikuno so noteko kwijja ne guide ubundi twabe twenda kumanya na no kwetegereza hariho bwire obaye bagira ngo ukoshangamo amati ninga amizi gari kutonya konka hati yati birumu
hati ekigenda nkibaho it is a geographical intujeta climatic change mu bwira bwenjura no sanga amazi yago nigakoraki nigatonya amazing abagaraba mu rock so muzene bisana kamata kuba birugamo betati ntugeta human activities ebi affecting ire muno okwiruguru konko kumbe ni ugambira abantu babyereka ritusi abantu basisi ba diverting as stream so ni amazing is no longer enough to be supplied all this area.
So after here turukugenda turukore cyarogwanga
entugenda kurore kikali the one believed to be the palace of the Batwezi ekikari nambere umukama akabayikara nambere nekitabu kino tugenda
kare twaza kugenda turebe ekikari cyo mukama ayabire natura anacho kirebe kandi cyetegereze den kandi nabwanyuma tukwereke bindi bintu ebyinaka kwateka hango na no mwanyogo ugwamabiraganye na mwiru
ninyenda ngo tubanze twomuremo kuturagaruke nitwija mukurukeyo omuryango kahumuro kandi yo wamara kutwegitaho agent tayari west no baso kutwata kurabira mitimbagano yona yaba DSTV yaba na AZAM yaba na StarTimes FreeToAir Afromobile kaniwe otambure nitwe
hata hano nibagamba ngo kintu kikabakiri ekitabo kya umukama isaza no yararaga isaza rugamba nabato so obuyarugaga kikali kintu kikali tebeke so kuno no yabyamaga humura but he would address his subjects from the front hata hano nambere tuli no ekikali tiketa the palace this was his palace nambiye Karaghan so abayetaga gabona kujja kumurora bari twaga hali ninja kwa ninkoleka aromuhanda bukuku nambere ikara akaba ale amanye bukuku was the gatekeeper to isaza so nja kwa nikikola
atakahanda atakabira atakayirangire nko mukama
akaba ali nka gatekeeper maisa betikini kikalike then hanu this was the throne ekitebe kirambiye ikaraga here we will addressing his people from the other side
obwe turukugumizamo nana okukwereka byingi ebirukwata hamwanyogo kandi umwanya gwe byafayo umwanya gutukugira ngo namabereganye na mwiru ngo kuwareba history yagwe okumwanya gwo gwabireho culture hamwe na geographical ebyo byona okoriyo no bireba hati okwe kutwarga yo twakwerekana n'ekitanda aho mukama yabe narara ninga somwanya gwo yabe nararamu twaboreke kikari cyeye entebe yeye turukwise ntugumizamo nabagira ngo hina handa yarabasere hakabaho inyanja nabagira ngo hina handa yarabasere hakazaho kigerekeye konka w'abantu hanantuka w'abantu rugakunuya omupalasi yo mugabe no ija kushanga akagutaka ko kuba noretwa mu nakaguto kafunzire noteka kwijampora mpora orukwetwara harumwe bare no ija kuraba aha gate yeye bagira ngo hanuya ekabere gate yeye nko kuhareba so ekikumanyisa ngo ukumukucumanya tubura umuntu ngo akaba narabo mu mwanya ogwo then kandi no banogenda orukwinamayinama nangwana cyabasika no banokozesa na nibondo konga kureba ngo wagumizamo waraba mu mwanya ogogu obwe twerekerire aharyaho bari kugamba ngo hina yarabasere konga hanuya hine aharho omwina mahango hazana bagira ngo aha ngo nebintu ebikozesibwa ebaye mbarwanisa yaba na macumu yaba niki ebabembeje nusa okureba ngo barwana so bakababika hanuya babyahurira hanuya bagira ngo hatengora taron cyumanisa ngo no kubiya hanuya bakabisotinga obwe barukugumizamo na no kureba ngo bagumizamo na no kutegeke mwanya gwabo ningashi ecweka cyabo orya Dayari West iwe oriyo no tambura nitwe omurya kakire na kugira ngo omhando ogu tumuhanda gwanguhi ebibare na no kutemba ebyo byona noteka kuguma noteka kubivugana na munonga haryogwe orukwija kutungo bwire akija kurambura mwanya ogu atwahendere cweka ecyaba kirumu bururuma bihogo
the darling cow na yekabe joining enywera
mbwenu ba twahika hanu yiba kugira ngo akarabata haza ho nyanja tukine Robert owija naturambuza tuwagaide witu twenzire ngo atushoborere ebyafaye byeje nyanja nibyo bi
enyanja egi nabageta kigere andi kigere mu rutoro nyamisa no haba twezi barubasire before these science guys came in ngwe nyanja egi ya forming wagirora kurungi nesana kimu kigere cyenyine wabo hari arusozi kirinke kigere cyenyine so obaru basiremu enyanza ya forming betu nibagamba obo bali kurubatamu yali yaro some challenges bali ba facing in life
bitabwe mwaka ki
one of their challenge they faced they had lost their darling cow bihogo so there was external pressure abantu bayingi baiza kutwara irandi there were diseases for the animals so bagonza kora ki kwe ito ntugamba baye borongosa babura so baru basiraho babura betu ari abandi abakuru abazeni batugambira ngo weja mu bwire okwezi kucyari kuto no sanga abayikarira aha betorere hona omuntu omasa nondi ainebe nene nyungu zabo bakunywe nyungu mu bwire bwo kwezi kucyari kuto betu aha ibara kigere no lyarugirira kigere cyanyina mwiru
okaje ukagabagura mwaka
nibagamba age story yone kaba between 13th to 19th century in between umuhona bakaba bari yaho nibikara
so nyina mwiru no yarabasira
it's not very clear in the history but it said kigere cyanyina mwiru so in the history there's no evidence geographically all these are results of what we call volcanicity. There was some pressure which exerted here and then later there was eruption. You see all these materials you are seeing came from where there is water there. So after eruption the material was deposited here, then later the rain got collected and then filled these spaces. Yes, so that's why we call it a crater lake. Because the water stays within one place.
Actually inaitwa araba omukwiza inaitwa araba tukashanga haro kintu kweshana za Kenya za konka homere harabishaka
bi so that one geographically ntukiyeta crater because it has no water and it has underground outlet. However much nenzura nobwe kugwa tikikaizura abokuba hariyo muhuru hansoku hariyo fault lines entu zeta fault lines gatwara handi kandi amezi gona gakurugomu garumwe kisura ngo kunkugambire so if watch following anosanga yembuga nambere bakwesere rent
mwera tantwenda ngutotegereza ni kintu ki ekiri gukora ejenyanja ece byo burambuzi kugira ngo umuntu yija ati yes ejenyanja eri unique kurugera ahamboza inahurire
habo kuba bokugirora nesa no kuguru ko muntu ekigere footprint akarubataha yagenda yarubatana hari handi nambi turi kugenda so nikyo kiri unique mu Fort Pot hano bagiyete Nyanza Kigere
ubu no mundakabena ndakumanya n'ibintu cye biri mwo mu nyanzo harumwe binte kutura mu
busamu kantu it is one of the deepest lake erehire munonga yegiye Nyanza yeje abantu banyakasura abana abantu bezane bakora nibogeramo so unfortunately omwana omwege wabo akabura mu beiza bareta abazungu okumuhihamu but the deepest point nambe bakire runana ni 10 no mwana yabura so it's one of the deepest lake around
so hatobwa hati abantu bakijeshungeraho tubakwicereza
abantu nibogeramo it has no problem but note ko kubomanyire kuwoga munonga
amezi gayano gakoze ubwa like nasaga ko soma
bagakoze sanko mu makabitu garumo munyu nago tugafuka
activities ezikorerwa ha mwanya gurugozo
of course leisure tourism I may say and even domestic use mbantu nibagakoze amezi ako betukira muno abantu besereraho abandi nibiza for leisure that's all I can say
twagira ngo mwami yosamu nowe akuvunanizubwa ogumwanya gwo ogwa mabere tingumanya ogwa atugugwo gyo mu
hati yenu it is a natural resource ogwa government nobody should own a lake so any lake in a government but kubanza bakagamba kwabagurwa Nyakasura school but now it is for the government
iswaga mantu gamisha gambo Nyakasura nagumanya ndakubuza izina ryo rikakomoka nka
erikaruga amazing ganu nko kungambire garume kisura garumo munyu nyine mweto munyu itantugete kisura so amazing agahano one of the water bodies of this area are salty so that's why they drilled that name Nyakasura the place of salt
notegate kangu akakorwa ki omwanya kuguma gurinzurwe omwe no mwe abantu bataka because twinaho nyanja zumwe ninga na ryo mu kikankeje konkeza abantu bagumana betorora nabahinga mu mwara bajuru bakora ki so akakorwa kikurenga abantu bagutahira
hati ogu omwanya abanema birobi nibagamba abantu bareke kubyara himiti bareke kubyara kalitusi babahire 50 meters from the shores you are not supposed to use it is for the government so that they try to preserve this lake abukuba at the end of the day kubana babyara ebyo kalitusi ebyo kurore amazing ngeza kuoma at the end of the day the lake may disappear after a long time so the government has to to tell the people not to plant eucalyptus trees mainly
konga urode init kureba mwe rya rawo ntekateka ngweje nenda kwiza kurara yako
niema bagambire batandike kugisara niema bagambire already they have instructed them to start cutting these trees
kare obutwareba ogumwanya ayiba kugira ngo nho yarabasere kandi akargaho nyanja hatwaza kugenda ha mwanya bari kugamba ngo akarubataho hasigaraho kigerekeye twaza kubona twabatwara hariyo murebe wito murungi omwe nomwe owamara kutogitaho turyo mu mabereganye na mwiru na nebyo byone byo burambuze byinaka kwate na no mwanya ugwanye na mwiru
hatanu nambe twahika no ibara rya Nyanza rya mbere ya rugirire bariyeta Kigere cyanye na mwiru so Kigere cyanye na mwiru nibagamba abatwezi bale nibiruka nibagenda abandi bagamba bakagenda Tanzania abandi bagamba bakagenda bigo bya mugenyi betanu turora ya footmark nambe basire which shows that they came from this side and they were heading to bigo bya nyina mwiru in Masaka so nicyo kino Kigere kibakweta Kigere cyanye na mwiru so cyaleterize kino Kigere cyanye na mwiru kubaho kikaletereza ngo after eruption en molten magma kabane flowing so bakabane bayiruka baba inebike byali bibayireho when these eruptions are taking a place so they stepped here and then the footprint yasgara no ibara rya Kigere cyanye na mwiru so as you proceed after Fort Poto like some 7 kilometers from here ariyo kunu kwa reito kumurora hano kwa kuguru kwa bulyo tukamwenge tuwazimbarara so kuroha in Fort Poto omwibale then twaboreka ahiyara basere nyina mwiru kandi mukareba ayiyara basere akaza ho nyanja na nayiyara basere kigerekeye okumwa abantu mbere bavyona no kugira ngo kandi cyo nakunda ninga shentana soroho no kugira ngo we abantu abo bakaba bine bigere dukutana ahabya bahatiya ko no bareba so negere cyango munonga ebyo byona ko kuwabireba hano yatayari wese mu program Ihunde nyenda kusima kandi kakwebaza we bari futambura nitwe okatambura ndi tukakwereke cwekeki ebirungi ebiryo mu cwekeke cyatoro ombukamo mu bwatoro omutuwariza umusite okamanya habwe Fort Poto yahindukire site y'ibyo burambuze omuyanga ryona waburyo murebe murungi nabandi Amanya Cosbert mukama barinde okuserwa mukago rundi obwe nabwe tukubongerayo
omu bicweke bindi ninga sho mu region zindi okugumiza mu turukweto atukureba burungi bwa Uganda ukamanya habwe nki Uganda is the pearl of Africa.